Hey everyone, and welcome back. So, today we are diving into a really wild explainer, all about the extreme budget end of the watch market. We're looking at a Flipkart watch haul, specifically zooming in on that crazy 200 to 500 rupee range. I mean, honestly, you're probably wondering, is it even possible to get a watch that actually works, let alone looks decent for the price of a quick lunch? Well, today we're tearing into a bunch of these. We're going to uncover some genuine hidden gems and, yeah, some absolute total disasters. Let's get right into it. But right off the bat, we gotta address something. As that quote says, not everyone gets a privileged life. And honestly, that hit the nail on the head. That's exactly why we're doing this explainer. It's super easy to brush off ultra budget shopping, to kind of look down on these price tags. But the reality? Budget constraints are very real for millions of people. Finding something durable and stylish that doesn't completely drain your wallet is a necessity. It's not just a game. So this guy totally respects those constraints. We want to destigmatize ultra-budget shopping because you absolutely do not need a 1 lakh rupee watch to feel good. And we're going to prove it today. Okay, so here's our game plan. 1. The truth of budget watches. 2. Cheap and excellent branded options. 3. Fun and unique designs. 4. And you definitely want to stick around for this. Absolutely avoid these watches. And finally, 5. Real digital dial secrets. Tons to cover, so let's move. All right, section 1. The truth of budget watches. Navigating the 200 to 500 rupee reality. And that takes us right into section 2. Cheap and excellent branded options. Uncovering those hidden gems. Okay, listen closely. 350 rupees. Just let that sink in for a second. That is the exact price point for our first major discovery. Hold on to that number because when you hear the specs on this next watch, you're going to think 350 is a literal typo. Enter Sonata. Yes, that's Sonata, a super reliable household name. For roughly 350 bucks, you're getting this fully blacked out aesthetic, an engraved silicone strap, and a round metal case. But here is the real kicker, the durability. It actually boasts 30-meter water resistance and a resin glass face. That's the exact same type of glass they use in rugged G-Shock watches. The dial has these really nice subtle textures, and the markers are super legible. Sure, it leans a bit youthful, maybe perfect for college students, but getting genuine brand reliability and this kind of build quality for 350 rupees, honestly, it's an absolute steal. And the hits keep coming. Next up is Maxima. This one sits a bit higher at around 470 rupees, but it goes for a much more premium vibe. Just look at that stunning sunburst turquoise blue dial. It catches the light so beautifully. You've got multi-level details, clear markers, but wait, the absolute best part? The bezels actually rotate, and they click. It gives you that super satisfying clicking sound you'd expect from a way more expensive dive watch. Now, the case is technically a hard plastic that's been engineered to look like metal, but it pulls off the illusion flawlessly. Toss in that 30-meter water resistance, and man, this thing punches way above its weight class. Wrapping up our branded category is a watch from Killer. You probably know them for clothing, but apparently they are crushing it in budget accessories too. For a flat 300 rupees, you get a really polished gold-colored case and a synthetic alligator leather strap. Now, full disclosure, if you look super closely at the inner dial, those subdials are just printed on. It's a bit flat up close. But from a normal everyday viewing distance, it looks completely fantastic. And get this, it actually has an active date function. A working date complication for 300 bucks is practically unheard of. All right, section 3, fun and unique designs. This is all about entertainment over specs. Let's see what happens when designers just get weird with it. First up, we've got this 200 rupee generic piece, and it completely tosses out the rulebook on telling time. There are no traditional sweeping, hour, or minute hands here. Instead, the entire dial is made of these concentric, rotating discs with arrows printed on them. The whole wheel literally turns to point out the time. It's got a full black metal case, silicone strap. Now, the back claims to be stainless steel, it's almost certainly not, and please do not take this anywhere near a swimming pool. But as a purely visual, crazy cool matte casual watch for 200 rupees, you gotta admit, it's pretty awesome. Oh, and if you're into things that move, you are gonna love this. For 450 rupees, behold the car wheel watch. The whole face is styled like a high-performance alloy rim, complete with a bright yellow brake caliper accent. But here's the best part. The wheel inside isn't just a static picture. When you move your wrist, the internal dial just wildly spins around. It spins so fast, it's basically like Shaktiman on your wrist, honestly. It comes with a glossy metal case and a legit driver's clasp lock. So, is it a serious piece of high-end horology? Not a chance. Is it insanely fun to just play with all day? Absolutely.
Okay, fun and games are officially over. Section 4, absolutely avoid these watches. The disasters of the budget market.
Consider this your ultimate defense checklist. When you're shopping in this tier, watch out for massive red flags. We're talking unknown local brands trying to look like luxury items, fake Japanese movement text slapped onto cheap parts, complex chronograph dials that are completely non-functional, literally just painted on. Oh, and flimsy construction where parts just fall off. Honestly, some of these arrived with dials deeply scratched right out of the box. If you spot any of these signs, save your money and run the other way. Let me give you a prime example. The FNB Hublot clone, priced at 350 rupees. The online marketing photos? Oh, they promise the world. A heavy-duty aesthetic, working chronographs, cool industrial functional screws. But the reality? Total disaster. It actually arrived with a pre-scratched dial. Those fancy subdials? Yep, fake, poorly painted graphics. Even the FNB logo is totally misaligned. The paint job is so incredibly weak that just lightly grazing it reveals the cheap base material underneath. It is the ultimate example of deceptive marketing versus terrible reality. Then there's the American Viper. And hey, don't let the fancy name trick you into thinking it's some imported luxury good. Visually, I'll admit, it had potential. A sturdy-looking metal case, a nice sunburst-style finish, even a glass magnifier over the date. But guys, this thing felt like it was born in the Corona era. Zero immunity whatsoever. The literal second I tried to adjust the time, the crown snapped entirely off. I mean, what is the point of a decent metal case if the watch basically self-destructs the moment you touch it? And finally, the classic 300 rupee generic trap. This one baits you with a pretty nice blue textured dial and decent-looking metal straps. But the build quality? Basically non-existent. The moment it came out of the packaging, the entire back cover just popped right off. Boom, completely exposing all the internal gears and mechanisms. It just proves one absolute rule. Blindly trusting manipulated photos of unknown brands on e-commerce sites is a surefire way to throw your money in the trash. So, how do we actually shop smart here? Section 5. Real digital dial secrets. The safest budget strategy. This comparison perfectly highlights the secret. Let's look at two digital options side by side. First, the Metronaut. For under 500 rupees, this is basically the ultimate budget G-Shock alternative. It's got a hybrid analog and digital dial, super strong backlighting, multiple working buttons, and a really tough, hard plastic build. It actually feels premium. And on the flip side, even a dirt cheap 200 rupee generic digital watch does a crazy good job. It's just basic, round, hard plastic, but that side flash backlight, it honestly rivals the lighting on a 10,000 rupee vintage Casio. So what's the big takeaway here? It's what we call the digital advantage. Why are these digital pieces the smartest buys? It all comes down to basic engineering. Mechanical watches rely on dozens of tiny, fragile moving parts, little gears, springs, crowns. When you manufacture those parts for 200 rupees, they are going to be incredibly brittle. They will fail, just like those snapped crowns and falling backplates we just saw. But digital watches, they rely on solid-state electronics. Because there are zero complex moving parts swinging around inside, the chances of it breaking drop dramatically. Which brings us all the way back to the main question we started this explainer with. Are good watches actually possible under 500 rupees? After looking at the good, the spinning, and the absolute disasters, what's the final verdict? The answer is a massive, resounding yes. But you've got to be strategic. If you want an analog look, you have to stick to trusted names like Sonata or Maxima, brands that actually have a reputation to protect. If you want maximum features and things that simply won't break, pivot straight to the digital basics. Fewer moving parts equals a way longer lifespan. Don't let fake painted dials and unbranded clones fool you. At the end of the day, it's not about the price tag, it's about the engineering behind it. So what do you think? Would you rock a 350 rupee watch on your wrist? Let us know down below. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.